Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. This is Meg Manages Money. In today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of a cash stuffing with some additional income that I've had this month, as well as go over my check-ins for week 1 to week 3 of my budget. My budget runs from the 20th of January up until the 20th of February, so got a bit of a catching up to do with you all. In terms of the cash that we've got to stuff today, we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds. So in terms of that income, I had sold a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace. So I sold, I had like a hotel chocolate velvetizer. I've sold some clothes on Vinted. And £10 of this was also from my granda, because even though I'm 25, they still give me money sometimes when I see them. Not every time, but they won't accept it back. So we're just working that into the budget, working on getting things sorted here on our end. In terms of these funds, some of them did come in week 2 and in week 3. So I have already decided where I'm allocating these funds, but I thought I would go through today and get the funds actually in the wallets with you guys. Once we've done the cash stuffing, I will come back and do a little bit of a check-in to show where we've got to with this budget as well. So first of all, we'll do this binder. So in terms of additional income, I'm trying to use that to stuff wallets that didn't get stuffed at the monthly mark. So when I do my first initial cash stuffing from my wages, that's where I'm doing my priority stuffing, and then this is like additional, so I've been able to put into some wallets that I didn't get to before. So this first one here is Luna's food. We've still got 40 and some change in here, so I've spent a tenner, so 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm not going to be adding any more into that because that's just to get our food. I budget 100 for the month and that seems to work for us. In Luna's like long-term wallet, I'm putting £10 from today. And I'm also going to be putting £10 into birthdays. The next birthday I've got here on my end is my friend in April. So I do have a bit of time before any birthdays are coming up, but I do want to slowly start building that up if I can. And then house and garden isn't getting, and neither's future bills, and driving lessons is also not getting anything. Next, let's go into the savings binder. So I've decided to leave Dublin just now, and what I have decided to do is put an additional £20 into self-care. So this weekend I'm going to be going out for lunch with my mum, so I'm going to be using the funds from this self-care wallet, but I'm just going to put this in here just now. So now we've got 25 in there. In terms of that, I'm also going out for Valentine's Day with my boyfriend. We're going out on the Sunday before, so we're going to go and get some dinner. So I do have some money left in the bank in my social category to be able to fund that as well. Don't have any change at the moment. And then in Christmas I put an additional 20 out of here. So at the moment we've got 10, 20, 30. So that's not bad for us just starting. I do want to be able to save for Christmas before the end of the year, hopefully about October time, so I can get it all out the way. And then the final one that I put money into was the roll the dice, so I put an additional £10 into here. This money will just be put towards either other sinking funds once it's completed, or towards debt. It really just depends where I'm at once I complete this, but 260 is a good amount to have saved up. So that's all of the additional cash that was needing stuff. What I do want to go over though is my check-in page. So in this budget book, so this is from Rainbow Budgets, after your budget tracker you've got a page to be able to track each week. So I've just wrote the dates up here, so it's from the 19th of January till the 26th, 26th to the 2nd of February, 2nd of February till the 9th. So that's where we're currently at. I think it's the 10th today, on this last night, and thought I would film a little catch up with you guys. So I've just zoomed you in a little bit. I forgot to mention I do have our lucky candle burning, so we're keeping that lucky energy when we're doing anything with cash these days. So basically, just to start off, up the top, I've got my wages, which I budgeted 1,600, but my actual income was £1,831.50. That's all going to be zeros for the rest of the month until I get paid next month, well, February. And then my side hustle, I budgeted to hopefully have £50 because I had been selling on Vinted and Facebook Marketplace, and I've managed to do £55 in week 2 and £25 in week 3, so I'm pretty happy with that. Basically, whenever my Vinted balance gets up to £10, I'm just withdrawing that at the bank to be able to stuff it here. So potentially week 4 and 5 I may make more sales. We just need to wait and see once the sales kind of hit my balance. In terms of my variable expenses, so you can see here, we've budgeted 100 for Luna's food, and then going through, we've got 46 left to do us until the 20th, so that's pretty good. We've used around half of the budget, and I am going to need to go and get our food in a couple of days, but that'll be more than enough to be able to do that. And then for my food budget, I budgeted £100. In week 2, I spent £7.15, so that was at my local Tesco. I purchased milk, bread, that kind of thing. I didn't do a big shop, it was just more like fridge things. And then in the 3rd week here, I done a Morrison's shop, so I paid £73.45, and that shopping got delivered to myself, so I do have £19.40 left until the 20th. That'll just be if I need milk or bread, anything at the kind of local shop. I won't need any sort of big shop moving forward. Then takeaway, we've gone slightly over budget, so when I do my end of month check-in, I will be able to show you where I've gone over budget, but you can see here we budgeted £50 for takeaway. We went into week 2 with £18.58 left, and I spent £35.62. So in week 3 we didn't spend anything on takeaway, pretty happy with that, and we've not got any budget left until payday, so we're hoping that we can push through. With us having the shopping from Morrison's, we should be good. It's just about actually forcing myself to cook, because when I'm working sometimes I do find it difficult to, like, if I've had a hard day, to then go and cook. That's one of the things I've struggled with, especially living on my own. The next category is doing pretty well, it's travel. So we're going into week 4 with £30.90 left. So that's just been buses. I've got the bus down to my dad's, the bus to my gran's, so I've still got a decent amount in that budget. The social budget was £60, and I still have £60. That was because it is Valentine's Day, and me and my boyfriend are going out on the Sunday before Valentine's Day, so this Sunday we're going to make pottery and go for dinner before it, so I've got £60 set aside, so we're able to put that towards dinner. In the miscellaneous category, we're also slightly over budget, so we budgeted £50. We're going into week 4 with zero. We went into week 3 with 54p and we spent £14.37, so that's not great, but it's not super over budget. We'll see how we got on week 4 and week 5. Luckily week 5 is only 4 days, so it's a bit of a shorter one. Now these 3 last categories here are ones that I hadn't budgeted for originally, so this was gifts. I've spent £15.29 in week 1 and £47.50 in week 2. Both of those were for Valentine's Day, I think, and then also for our anniversary. So our anniversary is in March, so I picked up something for that as well. Another category was Luna, so I hadn't budgeted to spend anything out with her food budget. But I did spend £6 on, it's like an enclosed field. I don't know if you guys have them where you are, but Luna is a reactive dog, so it makes it a lot easier having the enclosed field where she's able to be off the lead and I don't need to worry. She just barks at everyone and everything, and because she's such a big dog, it's just difficult sometimes walking her. So having that enclosed field is a really good option for us. And then the last one here was boyfriend, so I transferred £42. We had got dinner in week 3, so really this could have come out of the social budget, but I wanted to keep this for Valentine's Day and potentially for the lunch with my mum, just to make sure that I've got funds for that. I've got emergency down the bottom here. We stuffed £60 in week 1 and we've not touched emergency since. So emergency is in my little 2k binder from Iris Budgets, is where my emergency fund is. So we've got that still in here. We've not added to it this month after the initial stuffing, which is fine. And then Christmas, we stuffed £10 in week 1, £10 in week 2 and £10 in week 3. That's where I had allocated it. Basically the money that I had from my additional income, if I don't allocate it straight away, I end up spending it. So what I've found that I need to do is I need to immediately put it in the wallets, whether I'm filming a video or not, and it means that I can just catch you guys up and do a cash stuffing after the fact, because otherwise I would have just spent it. Also, this is our little stone that came with the lucky candle, just if you're wondering what that is. So on this page, it's variable savings. So at the start of the month, we put 100 into Dublin. We didn't budget for any other variable savings, but we did manage to put £5 into self-care week 1, week 2, and then we put 15 in on week 3. The roll challenge, I put £10 in week 1 and week 2. The B challenge, which is the one that's going to be used for debt, we put £30 in initially. We've actually given that £30 towards my family debt, so that's already gone and been dealt with. Luna got £10 in week 2 and Birthday's got £10 from the week 2 income as well. And then this last little section here is my debt payments. What I will be doing at the end of the month is going through what I put towards my debts, because I have done additional payments out with the payments that I've written here, and I've been tracking that on the debt tracking page. So just down the bottom here, I don't know if you guys can see, the budget that I have for the start of the month was £550, and at the end of week 3, I've got £152.76 left. So the budget has fluctuated a little bit because obviously I've budgeted 550 and I've spent 495.62, but at the same time I've had additional income on top of that, so it's a little bit different how it's carrying over. So these totals don't really make a lot of sense to me, but I thought I would show you guys anyway. Just so you know, I'm also tracking, I made a mistake here, I put it on the wrong page. I'm also tracking my transactions, so everything in green is a bill, everything in blue is for Luna, and everything in yellow is my dad. So my dad pays money in and I get his shopping, and that doesn't really affect my budget. Everything else, all of these ones that have the red mark is my overdraft fees. I'd mentioned to you guys when I spoke about my debts before that my overdraft on my biggest overdraft account, which is 1,400. At the time, I did have a break from my interest on that account. The interest has now started back this month. So from the 20th of January, I've actually had overdraft fees in this account. So it's about £1.30, £1.29 each day. But it is something that I need to bear in mind now as part of my budget. I need to start working on the balance on that account now. I've also been tracking so this is my spending account where I've got all of my variable spending money, and 350 came in from the budget, and this is just how I've been spending it. So travel, shop, miscellaneous, food, it's just been to track what I'm actually spending out of that account. So it has been really helpful for me to actually track it. I've found it quite motivating to try and have no spend days. What I will also show you is my no spend day tracker, so we can get that up to date as well. Okay, I literally have no idea what pen I used initially, The plan was to do different colours each month, but I kind of don't know what's happened here. Like, I don't know what this purple is, so we're just going to need to ignore that. But at the moment, as of the 9th or the 10th of February, I'm not quite sure, we've got 13 no spend days. I just drew this up. Obviously it's a bit messy, but it's just for myself to be able to track my no spend days. I'm aiming for 100 in the year, which I think is very doable. And at the moment we've got 13 as of the 10th of February. So I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously there are days where bills are going out and I'm including that as a spend day. So it's not necessarily that I've spent money every single day, but bills have come out, things have happened on the bank account. That's kind of what I'm tracking. At the moment, I'm really happy with how things are going. I'm really looking forward to checking in with you guys at the end of the month as well and seeing the debt progress, so as we can get an idea of how things have gone. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. Thank you if you stuck around to the end. Please leave a comment below if you do have any sort of questions, and I would love to see you in my next video. Thanks guys, bye!